Welcome back to the channel. My name is Mike. For the easy woodworking project today is going to be a beer caddy. They got a lot of different names for them, so you can look it up and see whatever you like to call it. Some people put soda bottles in them. You can probably put some other things in it too if you want. Just a few things we're going to need. It's just a little bit of lumber here. I'm using poplar because I have lots of it here. I've been doing some cutting on a sawmill, so I'm getting some wood, some extra wood. Some upholstery screws. These are 1.5 inches. You can pick them out. There's different colors of these, and of course they have the square head. Make sure you buy the bit for your screwdriver or your drill, where make sure you buy it to go with it, because these have the little square heads on them. And we're going to glue. Of course, we're going to put some glue. We have our drill and everything here. So it's just a real simple design. It's something easy you guys can do. So we'll go ahead and get started. Okay, so we start out with our bottom board, and our bottom board is, I'm going to get a measurement. It's 8.5 inches long, and then 7 inches wide, and of course the lumber is 3/4 inches. So that's your bottom board. So we're going to need a bottom board. All right, let me get the measurements off there. This is one of the sides. So first thing I did was you come across here 7.5 inches, then come up through here is 12, so that's 12 inches high, 7.5 inches wide, because you have to have 7.5 inches for the bottom here, because the bottom's 7.5 inches. Okay, and then how I got this cutting right through here was I went and I found the center of the board, okay, and then I measured out 1 inch and then 1 inch on this side. So where the center of the board was here, I measured 1 inch and 1 inch, okay? And then, I measured 7 inches high on both sides and put 2 marks here. And then I measured from here. What I did, I took a straight edge, like you do something like this, and went to the 1 inch where I had, because I measured out 1 inch, put in a mark, 1 inch more, and I measured here and I put a line down through it. And that's how I got that, okay? So that's how you get this shape here. So we got two of these cut out. Okay, now this is the handle part. Now you can design that handle any way you want. It doesn't matter. I just went ahead and cut them, and I used an 1 3/8 Forster bit first, and then I measured across 5 inches. That's what I normally do. I use a 5-inch handle. So I measured across 5 inches, and then of course your Forster bit is 1 3/8. So you're going to get 1 3/8 through here, okay? So if you just kind of give yourself maybe a 1 inch up here, a 1 inch, handle like that. And now you can I run a router on it to kind of just give a little bit of round, a round circle thing. You can see how I measured here, and then of course a little bit up here. You don't have to, but you can just sand it if you want to sand it. So this board here is 8.5 inches long, about 4 inches high, and it's 3/4 inch. Okay, and then I have 6 of the sideboards. These are 6 sideboards, and the sideboards, let's just go ahead and we'll go how thick they are. I have those 1/2 inch thick. Okay, so they're 1/2 inch thick here, and then I have them 1.5 inches wide by 10 inches long. So now I'll tell you reason why I got them 1/2 inches thick. Okay, so we got 6 of those, 1 of your bottoms, 2 sides, okay, and then 1 handle part. And I'll tell you the reason why this is a little bit longer than maybe something else you might see online. So let's go ahead and get started with these. I'm going to do is set it this way. Now I pre-drilled my holes, because I like to pre-drill, because we're using these upholstery screws, and we're not countersinking. I'm not countersinking anything. So I went ahead and pre-drilled all my holes, and I did 3 on the bottom and then 2 for the handle part. And of course, like you said, you find the center where this is going to set on the inner side of this box, okay? And I did that to all of them. So they're all pre-drilled. The only thing's not pre-drilled is these parts here, and I got to pre-drill these yet. So, okay, let's go ahead and get started. So we're just gonna probably just take two, set it this way onto its side, okay, and then take your handle part and just kind of lay it down in there to hold it, something like that. Make sure you lined up. My boards are bowed a little bit, but that's okay because we're going to turn them until they look nice. Sometimes you can turn them over, and then when I put the screws in them, I can pull it in. You know what I'm saying? So we just kind of line it up to where the best is, and then I'm going to go ahead and get some glue on this. If I can get it open. There we go. Okay, put a little glue here. Now that one, the handle part. See if this lined up. Did it line up pretty good? Yeah. That's where you need that extra hand again. So I'm going to go ahead and put a clamp across here. Yeah. Let's put it down here. We're not going to try to make it harder than what it is, that's for sure. Line my board up. Okay, so now we have this part done. So we need to put the handle in it. Now, to put the handle in it, all I did was, you know, put a mark here. So what it is I put a mark on the top on mine to know which way, what direction I would like it to be. And you just kind of center them up, okay? But if it's off a little bit, it's okay, you know what I mean? Because it's your project, it's what you want to do. Now, you can put that level at the top if you like, or you can just bring it down a little bit. Sometimes it gives a little bit more character. And take your ruler and maybe put a mark down, maybe like a 1/2 inch mark. You know what I'm saying? So we're just coming off top of our head just to see what we can do, a little bit different. And then, or you can just go ahead and run this flush to the top if you like that. You know what I mean? So it'll be flush. Or you can bring it down, you know, like this, about a 1/2 inch, like I said. And then you get that kind of a look there that it's a little bit lower. And I like that one better, I do. But, you know, but it's okay if you want to put it up here, it's fine. If you want it up on top. So we're going to take ours about a 1/2 inch down. And then, of course, we're going to put a clamp through here again. Get this thing set. We're going to put screws in. Now we're going to go ahead and put 2 screws in there. Then I'll take that clamp back off of there and put the board screws in. Okay, there you go. Now, the only thing I didn't do is to glue it, and you don't have to glue this. I mean, because those screws are pretty tight. It's nice to put glue on it, but we just kind of didn't do it that time. But that's okay. It's just the handle anyway, so. Now, I got marks on mine because I took a square and I've already made a measurement, you know, like put a mark down through here so I can make sure that this is going to drop straight down in. So you got to watch if you don't make that mistake. But I went ahead and I had a mark on this back side and I followed it. So you can do that. It just kind of go, you know, take your straight edge down through there and put a little mark here, put a little mark here. So when you drop that down in, you're going to get that to not be, you know, back and forth like that. So now it's all coming together, really simple. So let's go ahead and start the slats. First thing I do is, let me turn it, I would actually bring up to 1 inch, take your ruler and bring up to about 1 inch here, put a mark, okay? And then do over here, another one, go 1 inch, put a mark. Okay, so now we're gonna do this side over here too. So we're gonna bring it up 1 inch. 1 inch, real simple. And what we're going to do is we're going to end up starting our first board right onto that 1 inch mark. Okay, just like that right there. So wherever you can see it. If you can see it, you can probably see it better than I could. I like that. So, all right, let me go ahead and start that. And then I think I'll just go ahead and use a little bit of glue here. It'll kind of stiffen it up a little bit more. You can use, you can put this thing together with staples if you wanted to, or brad nails. You don't have to use the screws, but I mean, I like to look at the screws. And the wood I have, poplar, it is pretty soft. You just got to watch it that it doesn't split. Of course, this is not really the good drill to use this with. It's a lot of torque, but it's light. Okay, now what we have now is how I got the spacing between. I just used one of these, so it's going to be a 1/2 inch spacing between each one of these boards. So we'll just do it like this. See what I'm saying? We'll just do it that way, and then after we get that on, take us above, and then we'll take another one. And we'll drop it down like that. And that'll be your last board to the top. Real simple. So, get a little glue here. This up here. Line it up. Stuck in there. Put the next board on here. That'll be the last one for the top. It would be probably better to mark and pre-drill all these. Just kind of forgot about pre-drilling. Okay, here you go. And this is one side right here, so it looks really nice. So we'll go ahead and finish it up and do the next size. And like I said, start with your 1 inch coming up. That'll be your first board. Okay, now I only have one left, and we're just going to measure it. But if you make an extra one, you can use it as a blocker, if you want to call it a spacer. Yes, that's what you want to call it, a spacer. So I'm just going to mark 1/2 inch on both sides, and that's where my next one will go. Just like that. If you don't make one, that's fine. Just put the little marks in it and then follow that mark. And then of course you can eye it up too. If you can see that, to eye it up, that's great. Go for it. You might be happy the way it is. Right there. Because there's a lot of things that I eye up to do this. Okay. Okay, there you go. Nice, simple design. This can be something that you can start out with. And then once you get started and you get your imagination going, that you can do more, then maybe you can build something like this here. This one here, I did a different handle. I make a few different designs like this. This one here has a bottle opener on the side, plus it also has a divider in it. Now the difference between this one and well, the big difference is that the handle that sets down inside the box a little bit further. So if you get tall bottles or something like that, you can set them up, or you can build a divider inside of it, go a little bit further with it. But you can use this for a lot of different things, and you can get these bottle openers. I got that at Lowe's. It's back in that one section where it had a little bend, so if you get back and look. Now I don't drink or anything, so but this is a small bottle and it fits down in there. You know, I use that for examples, you know, how, you know, build things with. But other than that, really simple, easy to make. So I hope you enjoyed it. And so we're going to run over this measurement really quick with you one more time right at the end, just to make sure you have it. So let's go ahead and start off with the screws, 1.5 inch screws. These are like a cabinet screw, a upholstery screw. You can look them up. This has got a little, it's not where it's countersink down into the wood or nothing, but it also has a different type of bit. So when you buy the screws, make sure you got the right bit. Okay. So here we go. We got our bottom piece. Going across the bottom piece is 8.5 inches and 7 inches wide. So you're going to need one of those. Your side will be 12 inches high and 7 inches wide. Okay, so when you do this measurement here, this one, you're going to measure up. I have 7 inches high, both of them. So you measure up 7 inches, up to here 7 inches. Find the center of the board, okay? If you want, you can make it wider or you can make it narrow. It doesn't matter, it's whatever you desire. I got the center of the board from 7 inches, and then I measured over 1 inch and put a mark, and measured over this way and put a mark as 1 inch. And then I measured from the, I took a straight edge, or whatever you want, whatever you have to use, even a board or something. And I went from the 7-inch mark, because I measured up 7 inches, up to the 1 inch mark, on the outside of the 1 inch mark. And then that's how I got this angle here, and then went and cut that. Okay, and it's all, like I said, it's still made out of 3/4 inch wood. The handle itself, you can make that handle come down into it further, which that's not a bad thought, to go ahead and make it come down further, because it would actually, what I do, hold those bottles. You know, this is just an example here. Hold those bottles down in there, you know, if it went down in further. Or you could do something like this. Here's a little bit harder to do these. Make this kind of stuff here, you know, because I made a bunch of these, and they're like dividers for down inside. But if you can make some kind of divider down in there, it'd be great. Maybe another piece of this wood and drop it down further, and then put it on the inside down here. Maybe, you know, like separate it. Use this piece, maybe 2 of these like this. One with a handle, one without the handle. And put it down below, and I can separate some of them bottles, or whatever you're going to put in it. Because the whole thing is, you can use it for anything. So if you don't have that in there, you can maybe a little picnic or something. But the hole here is 5 inches. I always do my handles 5 inches wide. That's enough to put a pretty big size hand in it like this, you know what I'm saying? And I use the 1 3/8 Forster bit, because, you know, like I said, that's how I measured things like that. And then routered it, and then the board is 8.5 inches, so it would be like 8.5 inches across here, and then I got 4 inches, 4 inches this way here. Okay, so it's 8.5 by 4, 5 inch opening, 1 3/8 Forster bit, and then cut it out with your scroll saw where you got. Okay, side slats, boards, I call them slats, is 10 inches long. Okay, 1.5 inches, and then 1/2 inch thick. And like I said, the reason why I did the 1/2 inch thick, because I use it as a spacer. I measure up from the bottom 1 inch. Okay, and then each one of my boards, put my first board on, and then I took a board and used it as a spacer, and then went up like that on both sides. So okay, this is pretty nice. Stain it, paint it, whatever. Give it to a friend. Very good gifts. They also sell very well. Like I said, I make different ones of these. I got about 3 or 4 different patterns so far. And every year I sell these. There's not a problem to put these online and sell them. You will make money off of them. Guarantee it. Guarantee it. And I normally get somewhere around 45 to 50 out of these. And then I have some different ones, a little bit lower price, and something like this. You know, it depends on where you're located at, your neighbor, or not your neighbor, but where you're located at. How well things. But take something like this, sand it up, paint it, maybe put some kind of design. You can also buy the bottle openers and put them on there. So, okay, so if you like the video, please subscribe to the channel. I do appreciate that. And if you got any comments, just leave them, and I will get back as soon as I can. And thanks for watching. Have a great day.